Hey everyone, George here and welcome back to the channel. So the mystery tank behind me, that's what we're going to be focusing a little bit on today, but that's not the whole video. I'm going to go through a whole bunch of different tanks that people have asked me questions about, but there's a lot of people that ask me about this mystery tank behind me, which happens to be a backdrop, because I love it. I like standing here and I like starting some of my videos here, but I can understand why many of you are curious about this particular tank and what's going on with it, and I'm going to explain that. I promise you I'm going to explain that today and show you everything about this tank and what's the purpose of it and what I have planned for the future. Now, we're going to also go through some tanks in my gallery here. Some of you have seen many of them, some of them you've never seen before, and we're going to just talk about those a little bit, but we're also going to talk about upcoming projects. We're going to talk about fish that are in quarantine right now. I've got a ton of discus fish and other fish in quarantine right now for a project that I'm doing in my own home that is a 75-gallon sort of a room divider tank that is going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm very excited about it. I'm just about ready to get underway with that, and I hope you'll hang in there with me through this video because I am going to make it interesting. You're going to see some beautiful fish. I'm going to explain to you what the point and purpose of each of those fish are going to be, and again, we're going to explain this mystery tank behind me that so many people ask me about. Thank you for joining me today. We'll see you in a minute. Hang in there with me. We'll be right back. So this tank is going to get completely redone over the next couple of weeks. I also have a new 75-gallon that's going in my family room / kitchen area as a divider. Going to be a really beautiful tank. That's going to be a mixture of Philippine Blue Angels and a variety of German Steinecker discus that are in quarantine right now. That tank probably will be ready, I would say, sometime over the next couple of weeks, and I will video the whole scaping of it. We're going to do a simple but beautiful scape in there. I found a absolutely amazing piece of wood that I think is going to go very well with it. I have moved a few of my discus around into this tank. I had wilds in here, and I do still have a few wilds in here, but I've kind of made this a little bit more of a variety of discus tank. So I'm hoping that if I can add maybe 2 more to the 4 that are in here, that'll be a good balance. We'll see how the angels do in here. These are supposed to be red shoulders. I haven't seen the red shoulder appear on them. They're pretty close to a year now. I would have thought that by now the red shoulder would have shown up. I don't remember the supplier I got them from, otherwise I would be not so happy and letting them know about it, but I get so many fish in and out of here that sometimes it's hard to remember where you got things from. So they're good people. I don't think that they sent me the right fish. They insisted that these guys would get the red shoulder as they matured, but that has not happened, and I think after a year that would be something that would certainly show up. One of the things I wanted to show you about this tank, this is called maple stone in here, and it's one of the more beautiful stones that I have. The plants do absolutely beautiful in this tank, as you can see. These are all live plants. They've been in here well over a year, and they just thrive. I don't do a whole lot. The lighting is perfect for these low light plants. These are all varieties of Anubias, and again, they just thrive in here. There are some Java ferns and some mini, what do I want to say? They're not Java ferns, the minis. They're another type of fern, and I'm trying to remember what that's called. I can't come up with it right now, but if I come up with it during the course of this video, I will certainly let you know. Sorry for the reflections, but there's a lot going on in here. This is kind of a quick throw together video because I wanted to kind of let you guys know, because people have been asking what's going on with the tank in your gallery that had the wilds in it. So as you can see, some of the wilds are still in here. There's one hiding behind the plants there. I've noticed with wilds they tend to do that, so I'm not real thrilled about it, but it is what it is. I probably would not do wilds again unless I did a little bit more research on how to keep them. I haven't lost any, but they're not a fish that's really front and center like these guys are. They don't tend to be out and about like the discus that you see here. They tend to hide a lot, which is frustrating because they're really beautiful in their own way. But again, I don't think I would do wilds again. I think I'm going to stick to the hybrids and specifically do the tank, like I said, for downstairs. I think that's a 75 gallon. I made a mistake earlier. I said 65. It's a 75 gallon. It's going to have 7 Stenker, I think that's how you say it, discus, which are very, very hardy and beautiful in their own right. All of those are in quarantine right now and have been for several weeks. And as you can see, the ditherfish in here that I have are kitty tetra and amber tetra. They have just thrived in here. Lots of Julie cories in here as well. There are a few albino cories, and so a good cleanup crew, which is, as I stress in most of my videos, very, very important to keeping your tank in top shape. So we really try to load them up. As I said many times, cories do not do well in small groups. They need to be in a larger group. I think there's 10 to 15 of them in here, and again, always moving around in this very nice sand that doesn't ruin their barbells, and they love the sand. They move through it. They keep it very clean, and that makes me very happy. This albino here is just a beautiful fish. He doesn't get any peppering on him. Very happy, very healthy. He's going on 2 years old now. I've raised him ever since he was like, I would say maybe an inch and a half. I think I got him when he was very, very tiny. In fact, I was a little concerned that maybe he was too tiny for me, but I've gotten to be pretty good at this. In fact, I have a breeding bunch of small discus that I'll have to make a video on that are now just about the size as to when I got him, that were a cross between a checkerboard never pepper panda yellow and a blue diamond, which I know you would think that's going to come out terrible and they're going to be peppered up and whatever. Well, they haven't done that. The yellow has proven to be the prominent gene on those particular fish. Sorry I'm saying so much. I'm just trying to figure out the right way to put this. But I think that we'll do a video on those guys separately and give you a total update. Love this guy right here. Again, I got him about the same time as I did the albino over here. So they've been around each other for quite a long time and know each other well. and do just great in this tank. Now I just moved these guys into this tank here within the last couple of weeks just to get them going. Sorry, I raised my hand and I kind of spooked them there, but again, it's too bad the wilds don't come out. As you can see, they're peeking around the corner back here, and that tends to be, there are 2 of them actually in there, and then the other 7 that I got from Gabe down at Watley Discus are in various other tanks around my gallery. But these guys, I didn't want to move them out of this tank because they seemed a little sensitive, and they're doing well in here. They're eating, they're getting along with the rest of the discus, so I didn't want to move them. But I just love this guy. The colors on him, just absolutely beautiful. Look at the eyes, just so bright-eyed and beautiful. And they do really well with these angels that are in here. Now, whether I'll keep this tank like this permanently, I don't know. We'll have to see what goes on here. But everything is doing well. Some of the plants could use a little care. I think I will probably prune back some of the Java fern that's in here, or take it out altogether and replace it with a couple of more varieties of Anubias, which you can see a lot of the smaller Anubias that are right down in here, here, and here, and probably in some other places as well. These are all just super glued to these rocks, and they've been like that for over 1.5 years now, and they've just thrived down there. So I'll leave those alone. And but I just wanted to give you guys an update on this tank. Everybody's been asking about it. The plants are in beautiful shape. I haven't had any problems. I'm not real happy with the Java fern, the way it looks right at the moment. But as you know, with Java fern, they do tend to put off these little new shoots off them, kind of like a spider plant would in your house. They put off new shoots off the top of the leaves. Right off the top of a leaf, they'll put out a whole new plant. And once that starts to happen, the plant starts to look a little bit ragged. So I'll take care of that by probably removing most of these and then replanting some of them strategically through here so that we have a nice looking tank. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Hit the comment section down below here. If you have any questions, I will get back to you within 24 hours. Please hit the like and subscribe on this. The channel's doing really well, but the last couple of videos, I've either picked some really bad subjects that people don't like, and I'm a little frustrated with that, but hopefully this one will be something that you will enjoy. As far as an update on a few other things, I'm going to take you there now and kind of show you what's going on with some of my other tanks. This tank is always beautiful, always in top condition. Fish are extremely healthy. I've had this tank up and running now for 4 years, and it's just absolutely one of my favorite tanks. It's got some beautiful fish in here. Got one wild in here somewhere. Don't know where he is right at the moment, but it is a male. And typically, oh, here he is right here. He's just on the edge over here. Here we go. As you can see, why I like these wilds is they just look so beautiful. They almost look like tigers in the wild, and I really love them. I have an epistogramma right down in here. He's been in here for several years now, doing well. He gets along great with everybody, and I just love this tank. I do tear out the plants occasionally and put new ones in just to refresh everything, give it a little different look, or just give it plants that are in better shape. So that's an update on this tank. And this is a 75-gallon, as all of you know. Can't even get the whole thing in there because I don't have enough room. My back's up against the wall. But it is a beautiful tank. I love it, and that's an update on that one. As far as these guys go, they're in quarantine. I have, right now, believe it or not, I've got 7 quarantine tanks going that are just bare with just some sand in the bottom of them. I like to do it that way because it's easier to clean them. I do water changes in these every single day, about 50%, and it keeps these guys in top shape. So that's what's going on. These are all Stendiker discus that are doing really, really well, and I will show you the other quarantine tank of theirs. I also have a baby that I bred in there that kind of wasn't doing too well, and I put him in there with these other 2 Stendikers that are a little bit older, and they kind of are teaching him the way things work. So he's eating well and whatever, and I'll take you over to that tank and show you in just a second here. We are at the quarantine tank with the baby in it. You also see a melon in here, and that is a Tefe Stendiker. It's one of their own breeds. And then there's our little guy right up here. As you can see, he's got a little bit of darkness on him, but it's not peppering. It's just gradually been going away little by little by little as he gets more and more yellow. And I've got a tank full of these, but he wasn't doing so well, and I threw him in here, got him all fattened up, and he tends to do really well with these guys. They don't pick on him, he doesn't pick on them. Well, that's not true. Actually, I've seen him chase the bigger ones around a few times, so that's an interesting thing. So that's enough for today. There's a bunch of other tanks that I could show you, but I don't want to get into just showing you a bunch of quarantine tanks and other tanks in my gallery and make this a long, ridiculous video. So again, hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share with your friends. That's how the channel grows. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I just wanted to give you guys an update on that first tank that I showed you in the video. A lot of people ask about it because I'm always standing in front of it when I do tutorial type videos, and people don't get a chance to really see that tank up close and personal. Now you know what's going on with it and what the future of it's going to be. Again, thank you. We will see you on the next one. Until then, we are out of here.